Tourette's, but I've learned I shouldn't be mad at myself.
You see, these kids can't control their actions. Ass! Piss in the ass!
Look, I was just...
I shouldn't have to have this discussion, but once again, we are at the point where people are dumb as fuck about something so sensitive, and I can understand a few things here. So I'm gonna I'm gonna explain this the best way I can. So the real issue I have with all of this is with the BAFTA awards, with the lack of actual PSA and awareness they could have done for this before this event. They put no PSAs. They didn't prepare their actors or anyone hosting the award. They prepared nobody for this man's potential outburst that he was going to have due to his syndrome. So at this award show is called the BAFTAs. Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan were up on the stage, and they were called the N-word by this man with Tourette's in the crowd. To add context, this man was yelling obscenities all night due to his outbursts, and people don't want to bring that up for context as if this was the only thing done, and it was not. Now, obviously, if someone does this and it's an awful thing, whatever, my problem with this is Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were clearly not prepared for this at all. Meaning that they were not given a PSA or educated on Tourette's. Or maybe they have been before, I don't know. But it doesn't seem like the BAFTA Awards did anything to give a PSA or warning or any education to the potential outburst from someone with Tourette's that you put in the front row. That is gross negligence, and all you've done is make everyone's time worse. Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo have to be embarrassed for this. This man who has Tourette's has to be mortified and embarrassed for this, and you've done nothing to help ease him into this predicament. And unfortunately, multiple people in the black community are outraged due to a lot of them with their own ignorance on the Tourette's on Tourette's, and they don't want to really. A lot of them don't want to hear it, but a lot of them are pretty much throwing out a lot of ableist takes. They don't understand what they're talking about. And granted, we all do dumb shit. We all say crap on the internet. I say a bunch of dumb shit on the internet, right? There's a time and place for everything. But one thing I will not do is misrepresent someone's disease. Tourette's is a very tough thing to get through. So I've heard some takes, so let me kind of answer them. So someone says, it's like some of these people's entire issue is, well, he still thought it. Why the hell would he think this? He still thought the racism. Tourette's does not excuse racism. Yeah, I'm going to tell you why this is fucking stupid. Thinking a slur in your head does not make you a fucking racist, you idiot. First of all, if that were true, then all of you black people or people who are offended, not just black people, some people just grifting for the hell of it, all y'all offended, you should be arrested for thought crime. Because there's no damn way in hell you have never thought of some shit in your head that you've never said out loud. I mean, I've heard some things black people in my own life, black people in high school have said about a lot of races. I've heard it all. It's everywhere. But there's no way that you guys haven't had thoughts of some nasty shit said in your head. Stop it. Stop it. You want to start arresting people for thought crime? Because that's what you're essentially saying with this. Why would he think this? Because he's a human being. We all think things. He could have thought every slur in the book for a lot of other people because, hey, it just comes up. I've thought shit in my head. What's your point? Doesn't mean you say it. Doesn't mean you actually believe it. Doesn't mean you agree with it. Okay? This man has Tourette's, meaning he has no impulse control on whatever he's thinking. He didn't blurt N-word and then followed it by a bunch of other shit and threats. No, he said it one time, and that was it. It was clearly a blurt out. This man has also, if you like his story, he actually has, and the reason he was in the front row because I think he was nominated for an award or something, but he has an actual documentary about him. He basically called the queen a bitch. It happens. It doesn't mean anything. So I don't believe this man is racist. I think this is a disgusting, gross misrepresentation of this man. Also, no one seems to want to learn anything about Tourette's. They just want to get angry. They're saying Tourette's is no excuse for if. Oh, okay. Did you even look into what Tourette's is? It's not an excuse. It's just a literal explanation. Your anger should be placed at the BAFTA Awards for not trying to prepare people and not trying to teach and educate people before this happened. This is gross negligence, and this award show is a sham for this, and it's embarrassing, to say the least. But this ridiculous crusade and anger and why? I'm a black man. I'm not offended by this at all. I've never really been offended when people say the N-word or any type of... I just don't care enough. I don't have the care. But the fact that Michael B. Jordan, Delroy Lindo were not prepared for this tells me you as an award show failed. There's no excuse for this. No excuse. I'm pretty sure he's apologized, or his PR team apologized. Everyone's wanting to say, well, he needs to apologize. Listen, you people just want this guy to bend the knee for something that he literally cannot control. It's embarrassing. Stop it. You need to stop. He's not a racist. It's funny, we talk, these people want to be so socially aware and socially relevant, but man, when it comes to this, they want to sit there and just go, well, this person, racism's no excuse. But ableism's okay, because this is ableist takes. People are saying he should have been separated and put in a separate room. Are you fucking kidding me? We can't get to the point of society where we actually have any empathy for someone with fucking Tourette's? Are we fucking joking? Are you fucking kidding me? I remember Sweden. I know there's like a big time streamer named Sweden that has Tourette's, right? So I'm very used to this shit. I know about this shit, and I hope people watch that South Park episode because it's a phenomenal episode. There are people that kill themselves because they cannot handle their Tourette's. They can't handle the social stigma for something that's not in their control. Is that what you guys want to happen to this man? You want him to just off himself because he cannot control his impulse? Oh, but he thought it. Okay, well, if I were to go through you motherfuckers' heads, I can tell you there's a lot worse shit in your heads than anything that man said. So because you thought you wanted to murder someone, right? You had a thought where you wanted to... There's been mothers who've had thoughts of killing their own children at times. It's a normal reaction, by the way. It doesn't mean you went into planning it and it's been days of me going on a computer and... No, you just had a thought. And it's a thought you really regret and are disgusted by, obviously. But that's the human mind. And you people are going to try and tell me that you're perfect, right? Shut the fuck up. This has been a very embarrassing discussion. And I think it's kind of funny seeing all these morons talk shit. Like Charlemagne the God, who's a creep in his own mind. You know, Charlemagne, what's your excuse, actually? I got to ask what Charlemagne the God's excuse for being a creep is. Do you got Tourette's, bro? Is that why you say the disgusting shit you do? You're a weirdo. You ain't got Tourette's. You ain't got no excuse, homie. So I'm Jamie Foxx getting mad about it. And to me, Jamie, come on, dude. You again, this again is on the BAFTA Awards. There are actors who don't even know anything about Tourette's whatsoever who are shocked by this because the BAFTA Awards did not prep anything. That is unbelievable negligence. That's who I'm mad at. I can't believe you're like, this is what you did. And I gotta say, I think it's fucked up. I think there should be a lot of heads rolling for this. I feel for the dude that has, I feel for this man, you know, I really do. John Davidson is someone that has had to deal with this his whole life and has tried to work to destigmatize this disease and to try and have people understand. And it's a shame that rather than people wanting to actually understand Tourette's and understanding how devastating this can be, you have people making literal think pieces saying, well, what if a black person blurted out white bitch on the stage with Tourette's, they'd be given the same social grace? Are you fucking... I would hope so. Are you really this fucking stupid? It's like you people are looking for an excuse just to be mad. And to me, that just shows the sign of race baiting. This is just a race bait. All this is. You people know you're wrong. You don't want to fucking take any accountability for it. And you just don't want to fucking learn and educate yourselves. People have killed themselves over this disease. This isn't something people take joy in. It's a very hard thing to live with. And you people want to sit there and blame this dude for something he couldn't control. And you're being told this, and you're still looking for ways to blame this dude, even though you've been told the truth, because you want some fucking kind of apology. Are you fucking joking me? You people don't want an apology. You just want to do the bend the knee and beg for forgiveness. There's a difference, you know. Now, should he have went and maybe? I'm sure he went and talked to Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan, and I'm sure we'll be hearing a statement from them very soon. But the real culprit is the BAFTA Awards. There is no reason Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan should be sitting there aghast and dumbfounded at the fucking fact that someone with Tourette's just yelled that shit, and they should not be sitting there not knowing what this is. Granted, I'm sure they would have been shocked regardless. They would have been like, what the fuck? But they should have been more prepared than this. You should have told them. You should have done your due diligence to do this shit. There's no way and there's no reason why people are unaware of this shit. This is highly humiliating for everyone involved, including Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo. They should not have to sit there and be ambushed by shit like that. Fuck you for that. Terrible award show. Heads need to roll. Shame on them. And shame on them for not educating people and trying to actually give PSAs and warnings and actually tell people ahead of time what could happen. Fuck them. Granted, a lot of people are embarrassing. So Jamel Hill especially. Jamel, I will be looking forward to your apology for your ableism, by the way, because you're going to have some ableistic apologies to make, sweetie. And granted, it's saying dumb shit online, but to actively go out of your way to try and rip on a dude and rip on his character for something he cannot control, for someone who is a educated journalist, apparently. Jamel, you should be ashamed of yourself. No joke. I know you had. I have not had much respect for your takes in the last God knows how many years, but man, this takes the cake of just stupid. So that apology is going to be real interesting. She hasn't said anything in 12 hours, so I no doubt people around her are telling her, "Hey, sweetie, shut the fuck up because you're going to look stupid. This is dumb. Stop. Stop making this into. Stop shaming this dude for this, please. As a black man, I implore you, people. Please look into Tourette's. Please understand what it is. So you can, maybe not look like idiots over this. You're embarrassing it. A lot of y'all embarrassing yourselves. You really are. You're embarrassing yourselves over this entire issue. This is not something that this man clearly wants to say. And you say, again, if your reasoning is, well, the fact that he thought it means that he thinks that he's racist anyway, because he thinks like this. If that makes you a racist, then everyone on the planet's a fucking raging racist, then, you fucking morons. Everyone's a murderer. Everyone's a rapist. There are thoughts that go through people's heads all the fucking time. It doesn't mean you act on it. The human mind is the most complex thing that we don't even understand. We actually don't understand more than like 10% of the human mind at all. So please understand when I tell you this. Shut the fuck up. You sound stupid. But tell me you've never thought of a slur in your head. It's never passed through your head. So just sitting down one day, you just think of a slur in your head, and you're like, that's a slur. Tell me that you've never thought of that. Well, think of it like that, right? Anything in your fucking head that goes through your head, and then your body just says, okay, that's enough. Let me just blurt this out for you. You didn't want to say that. You didn't think to say that, but you did. Because you don't have control. That's Tourette's. It's horrible. And by the way, this only affects like 10% of people who have Tourette's, which is also a small number of people who have Tourette's in general. They usually have like tics or creaks or whatever, They so or that or they just like do that, or they just tick their arm, or they just do something really, or they just like kick their leg, something like that, which is also embarrassing for them, and it sucks. But that's how it is. You people, the ignorance is astounding. And I'm not trying to sit here and lecture people, but my fucking God, this is humiliating for me, because you have multiple. When Jamie Foxx is sitting here saying this shit, and you just look at him like, bro, do you not know Tourette's? That's not a good thing. So I hope people learn from this and learn Tourette's, learn this disease, so we could actually have a better understanding. But shame on the BAFTA Awards. You should have been prepped way better than this. This is an absolute joke. And I'm sorry for Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan, because they don't, afterwards they have to sit there and just feel like complete shit, thinking the worst of the situation. And they shouldn't have to think because that's not their fault. This isn't anyone's fault, if anything, by the way. It's just an unfortunate situation. But this dude shouted many obscenities throughout the award show. So stop making this into something that it isn't. If he only shouted that the entire night, then maybe there's some skepticism, maybe. But he didn't. So stop. So just stop. Stop. Granted, I know it sucks that the two black people come up and then you think, oh, well, why is he thinking N-word? Guys, I'm going to be real with you. I think the N-word when I see a black. Sometimes I'll be thinking the N-word when I was like, with my dude. Sometimes you think of it. Sometimes we joke about it and we just, we joke about the word. But we don't actually go out and start spewing it and saying it, It just goes through your head. Tell me that you guys haven't had moments where you thought of stupid shit. Please tell me. I would love to hear it. I mean, think of it like this. No one had, first of all, and the reason I have an issue with, I know it's stupid, is like Dave Chappelle, right? When we went through the blind black white supremacist, Bigsby, Clayton Bigsby. The man said the N-word like a dozen times basically and said a bunch of horrible shit as a joke. Don't you think he would have had the thought of saying that? Don't you think he would have had to have, a thought process in saying all that? Does that make Dave Chappelle racist? The black people as a black man? I don't know. Maybe. The fuck are we doing? It's Tourette's, guys. It is an involuntary disorder, and unfortunately, it happens. Yeah, it's all funny, laugh at South Park with jokes, but if you actually listen to that episode, it's a very horrible thing, and it's a very bad stigma. And it's actually a shame that I have to have this video because I am someone that says dumb shit all the time. The thing is, I'm not gonna shit on someone that has Tourette's because of something they can't control. That's just low and shameful. A lot of you need to do better.